Hello, everyone. So, Crawl was my favorite wild original genre surprise in July, and now I've actually got one for August too, and it's Ready or Not. You've got to stay with me on this one because Ready or Not could be described as hide and seek the movie, and it is, but it's extremely well done with a pretty clever mythology, a whole slew of colorful characters, and also a real standout lead performance from Samara Weaving. In the movie, she plays Grace. Grace just got married at her new in-laws' estate, and now she's spending the night there. The thing is, though, she isn't aware that the family has a little wedding night tradition. She has to play a game. I'm leaving it there because, of course, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie for you, but one of the most impressive elements of Ready or Not is how the writers, Guy Busick and also Ryan Murphy, but not the American Horror Story Ryan Murphy, they create a really rich, interesting history behind this tradition, and they also turn it into a really exhilarating hunt with a curious tinge of mystery to it. It's a second feature for the directing duo Radio Silence, and they establish their style super quickly and then just run with it. The warm color palette here does lend itself to some really stunning imagery, but it also makes for a very effective contrast to the opening sequence of the movie, the wedding sequence. Things are bright, they're cheery and beautiful with a few peculiar dark spots in the mix, I guess. And then the second the visuals switch gears, go to that warm color palette, you just immediately feel trapped in that house right alongside Grace, but without ever losing the majesty of the estate. There are a few moments in Ready or Not where I did find certain kills and jokes a little too predictable and telegraphed, but for the most part, Ready or Not is just one phenomenal set piece after the next. From start to finish, the momentum of the movie is through the roof, and the intensity of the whole situation really ramps up as you approach the big finish. Again, no spoilers here, but I do have to tell you that I caught myself wondering how the team could possibly wrap up this story in a satisfying way, and they wound up exceeding my expectations with that big time. The ensemble here is also something else. Adam Brody in particular stood out as Grace's brother-in-law, Daniel. That role just kept me on my toes way more than I initially thought it would. And Andie MacDowell looks like she's having an absolute blast playing the mother-in-law, and her back and forth with Henry Czerny, who plays her husband, they're hilarious, and they also add a really fun wrinkle to the whole family dynamic. I've also got to give a big shout out to Nikki Guadagni, who plays Anne Helene. I'd like to bet even if you've only seen the trailer, you've noticed her, because whether it's a nasty look from a distance or her actually expressing her intensity, Anne Helene is someone who has a really big presence in Ready or Not, and it's something that Radio Silence often uses to the film's benefit. But now, for our lead, Samara Weaving. I first saw her in Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1, where she stood out big time. And I also highly recommend watching the movie Mayhem if you haven't caught that one already. And now Ready or Not just continues to prove that she's a star. Horror comedies aren't easy to pull off in any respect. And when it comes to a lead performance in particular, I find that the protagonist usually is just the straight man. Grace is that in Ready or Not, but also so much more because Weaving's timing, her delivery, and sass are all so spot on, and she plays with the comedy just as well as she turns Grace into a formidable hero to root for. Weaving is just one of those actors brimming with an appealing and natural charisma and charm, and based on what she delivers here in Ash vs. Evil Dead, Mayhem, and even 3 Billboards given her role in that film, I am now a firm believer she can easily fall into step with any variation of comedic tone. I'm going to go ahead and give Ready or Not 4 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Destin movie scale. Again, I'm bringing back Crawl for a moment because these 2 movies are the best communal viewing experiences I've had all summer. Go see this movie with a crowd, getting a kick out of the outrageous behavior, gasping or screaming at the surprise kills, and also cheering on Weaving. Ready or Not is another high-quality good time that I plan on experiencing over and over again. So there it is, guys. Those are my thoughts on Ready or Not. If you couldn't tell already, I highly recommend you check it out. And when you do, hit the comment section of this video and share your thoughts on it right there. Before I say goodbye, I've got a Patreon shout out to give, and this is for my shout out tier. 2 people who have been with the campaign for a while. It's Steven and Wessel. Guys, you know how much I appreciate you, so thank you so much for being here at all and for sticking with the campaign. Your support means a lot to me. To everybody out there, do not forget to like and share this review, and I'll see you soon with more of them.